The notion of a road trip is so romantic to me. There's just something so great about going out and planning your own route. You pull out a big atlas and with a highlighter and you just map out your route, and you can control everywhere that you're going. You're not relying on the plane conductor, you're not relying on the train. You're going where you want to go. And if that means you take a 20-mile detour to see a specific site, I think that's awesome because you can do it. It's not like you're sticking to a specific schedule, which is, I think, what the whole purpose of a road trip is, unless you do have a schedule, but most of the time with road trips, I feel like you don't. But in order to do a proper road trip, I feel like you need a travel buddy because, while it's fun to drive around by yourself and sing along, I think it's nice to have a duet with people when you're singing along to radio stations or having someone to play license plate games or just to keep each other occupied during the time. And it's not like you need to talk the entire time because most of the time I don't talk to people in the car. I'm kind of quiet, but I think it's really fun to have somebody along with you to share the adventure. And, there's the whole romance about the whole roadside motel or hotel and just kind of winging it. Now, I haven't really been on a proper road trip in a long time. I mean, I drove out from Michigan to Boulder to move out here, but Iowa and Nebraska were nothing to see. It was really flat. There were a lot of cornfields, and that was it. The last real road trip I went on, well, this is kind of sad. I mean, I went up to Wyoming a couple of times, so that was by myself. I moved from Connecticut to Atlanta. That was the last real road trip I ever took, and it took 16, 17 hours, crammed in a minivan with my parents, my brother, a golden retriever, and 2 gerbils. Gotta remember the gerbils. And we arrive in North Carolina at like 9 or 10 at night, and we learn that there are no hotels until Atlanta because of some basketball tournament. And so we end up driving until 3 or 4 in the morning, and we arrive at the new house, and what should be exciting and yay, let's go explore and pick out our rooms, turns into we're going to crash on the living room floor and not even see the house at all. So we woke up, of course, then we explored. But that was really the last real road trip I went on. But I have a road trip planned for next year. It's not Road Trip 2011, although I do hope they stop by through Boulder and pick me up and take me with them. The one I have planned is with my friend Jen. She wants to come out to Boulder, and then we're going to drive through the western part of the state and go out to Moab and Utah, and then do kind of Nevada and New Mexico. I almost said New Zealand, but really, I mean, I don't think we're going to survive being underwater that long, and I don't think ours are in water. Anyway, New Mexico, Arizona, and see that whole area because I've never been there. I've never even been to California, so maybe we should add that in. I've always dreamed about driving up the coast, the West Coast, driving from like Southern California to Vancouver, and I've also dreamed about doing the East Coast aside from my little road trip to go move. I didn't really pay attention. I don't really remember it. But hopefully I'll be able to do more trips now that I have a car. That has always hindered me before. So I really love road trips. I love the idea of them. So tell me what your last road trip was, and if you have any new and exciting ones planned. I will see you guys tomorrow, and have a great Thursday night.